That's why a lot of these celebrities that start these things, they can't keep up. You know, like the Meghan Markles.
Don't forget, he's a prince, okay? So to him, she's not the Queen of England in her palace. She's just granny in her house with the grandma smell, all right? Harry and Meghan are leaving the palace to become financially independent. And you see, this is what happens when you bring the first black woman into the royal family.
Dude, swaying.
Yeah, she looked at Harry and she's like, "Nigga, you need to get a job. You a grown-ass man. You can't still be living in your mama's house, Harry." Wait, hold up. Their third date was to Botswana? I mean, normally on a third date, you might go to Red Lobster, but for a royal, you go to an entire African country? Wow. When he me good, I take his ass to Botswana.
No more following Granny's rules. Don't wear your pants on your head, Harry. Don't bath on the butler, Harry. If I want to play polo in my living room, who's gonna stop me?
Stop that.
Right away, Megs.
What happens when a prince trades a crown for a paycheck and calls it freedom? For Harry and Meghan, the answer wasn't a fairy tale. It was a cultural ambush unlike anything they could have prepared for.
Damn, Harry and Meghan are losing their titles? That's the most embarrassing royal loss since William's hairline. I mean, we do have paparazzi, it's just they don't have cameras. Yeah. It's just a guy running up to you like, I saw you, I saw you. I saw you. I saw you again. I saw you. I saw you. Harry, look at what you are wearing. I'm going to tell everybody, yeah? Queen has announced that Harry and Meghan can no longer describe themselves as royal. And I won't lie, if I was Harry and Meghan, I'll be like, fine, then we'll be known as Royale.
It didn't start in a palace or in some official announcement. It started on a comedy stage, under bright lights, with a sly grin from Trevor Noah. And from that moment on, the jokes stopped being jokes. They became weapons.
Opportunity is everything.
This is so amazing. So many of you here to see me, huh? I feel like Meghan Markle. This is dope.
Although I do have to admit this, right? I always find it weird when people introduce a new baby. Because if you think about it, there's such a big contrast between the end product and how it was made. The result of our sweaty night of just raw dogging, #blessed.
The night Noah decided to turn his sharp comedic lens on Meghan Markle, you could feel the air shift. It wasn't the polite chuckling you hear when someone makes a harmless gag. This was different. It was the uneasy laughter people give when they know the truth is being exposed in real time.
What's funny is that no matter what job Prince Harry gets, you realize he's still gonna be Prince Harry, right? Can you imagine being his boss when he screws up? Like, what do you call him in and say, "Prince Harry, get in here, your majesty! You blew the Henderson account, my lord! Clean out your desk and may God save the Queen!" Being a member of the royal family has always been one of the sweetest gigs you can have. You get an unlimited budget for hats, there's always free crumpets in the break room, and let's be honest, most of your job is just waving.
And the target wasn't just Meghan. It was everything she and Harry had built their new brand on: independence, victimhood, and the claim that their story was one of survival rather than strategy. Before I tell you how it all unfolded, make sure to subscribe and let me know where you're listening from in the comment. Now, let's dive into it.
Now, the big question is, if Harry and Meghan come to America, where are they gonna live? Everyone wants to know. I think they'll move to LA because Meghan is an actor, and then she's gonna wanna work again, and then Harry can just join the cast of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Yeah, just be like fighting on TV. "I know what you said about me, Diddy. Say it to my face." Her mom is black, his family's super white, she's an actress, he's on welfare. Like, it's so romantic.
Noah didn't tiptoe into the subject. He opened with the line that reframed the royal exit not as liberation, but as humiliation. Harry and Meghan leaving the palace to become financially independent. It sounded noble, almost heroic, until Noah stripped it down to reality.
James Corden is a 12-time Emmy winner and the host of The Late Late Show. He's also living proof that a man can move from London to LA and not tell everyone about his frostbitten penis.
Dude, swaying.
Meet Trevor's Uncle Bobby. I didn't even know I had an Uncle Bobby. Well, now you do, and he his pants.
He painted Harry as a grown man still clinging to his mother's house, unable to stand on his own. "You need to get a job," he sneered, and the crowd erupted, not with sympathy, but with the kind of laughter that stings. In that moment, Harry wasn't a duke or a prince. He was the unemployed son-in-law in everyone's family.
You know, I mean, she used to be on
Was
Deal or
he
No
infiltrated?
Deal. Look, she was on Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, that's right.
And then the wife convinces you to leave the royal family. Like, I'm out. I don't need you guys. Which is crazy, because don't you just get free money?
The British royal family. They're like the Kardashians with an occasional...
And Meghan? For years, she'd protected herself by dismissing critics as jealous, bitter, or biased. She leaned heavily on the idea that pushback against her was rooted in prejudice. But Noah, himself an immigrant, someone who navigated racial identity across continents, wasn't buying it.
And this is sweet. Meghan Markle said she has a finger they can use if they need it.
I'm not gonna lie, I was glad that it was the white side of Meghan families that was, I'm not gonna lie. We could not handle that as black people. That is the last thing we needed.
He flipped the script completely, pointing out how Meghan not only endured the race narrative, but also weaponized it whenever it suited her image. That was the strike no one on her PR team had planned for. And once he went there, the shield shattered.
Meghan Markle.
Their third date was to Botswana? I mean, normally on a third date, you might go to Red Lobster, but for a royal, you go to an entire African country? Wow. And if me good, I take it to Botswana. And if me good, he take my to Botswana.
Noah's genius wasn't just in mocking headlines. He dismantled the fairy tale. Harry became a jobless prince searching for relevance, while Meghan transformed into Hollywood's ultimate networker, someone who had worked her way into a palace and then packaged that story as destiny.
I mean this sincerely, Prince Harry and Meghan, we don't give America don't give a about you.
A British DJ has been fired for a controversial tweet about the royal baby. The BBC's Danny Baker posted a photo showing a couple holding hands with a chimpanzee, and the caption read, "Royal baby leaves."
The image was brutal. Instead of a couple bravely stepping away from tradition, Noah reframed them as overconfident celebrities scrambling to stay relevant. And here's the thing. Once Noah set the tone, everyone followed. Late-night comedians across America smelled blood. Within days, Meghan's name had gone from a headline to a punchline.
We know what that means.
That's LA. She wants to be famous. She found the guy to make her the most famous in the world, and now she's over there and she's like, if she didn't marry him, she would be on The Bachelor this season. She would be Megan M. from Sherman Oaks barista. She's just not lucky.
When Kate was pregnant, the Daily Mail said, "Pregnant Kate tenderly cradles her baby bump." But when Meghan did the exact same thing, the headline was, "Why can't Meghan Markle keep her hands off her bump? Is it pride, vanity, acting?"
Saturday Night Live rolled out skits with Harry portrayed as a bumbling fool, a man-child stumbling through interviews, while Meghan's past roles were mocked as forgettable relics. Conan O'Brien went surreal, joking about their wax figures being yanked from Madame Tussauds, imagining them ending up in places far less dignified than a pallet. Joe Rogan, never one to let a feud slide, turned his own irritation with Harry into a comedy bit, roasting him casually on air.
I watched the Harry and Meghan Netflix documentary. Before I watched it, I was not a fan of theirs. I f***ing hate them.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle have announced the name of the newest member of the royal family, their son Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor.
By the end of that week, Meghan wasn't being introduced as a duchess, an activist, or even an actress. She was being introduced as a joke. And jokes, once they land, stick. If America's comics were brutal, Britain's were merciless. Andrew Schultz dismissed them outright. America doesn't care about you. The crowd gasped before they laughed.
If you have a black person playing the cello, it's safe to say that you've canceled out the blackness of that event.
What the f*** is going on with Harry?
How dare you?
I'll say whatever I want. You're in my house now.
You want a piece of me?
I will f*** you up, girlie.
The focus is starting to shift off of me.
Nikki Glazer imagined Meghan not as a duchess, but as Meghan M., the barista from Sherman Oaks, who might have landed on The Bachelor if she hadn't married Harry. The punchline was cruel because it cut straight through the idea of destiny and luck, painting Meghan as just another hustler who got a golden ticket.
Careful, Harry. I spilled some essential oils on the floor.
Dude, swaying.
We're really overjoyed to welcome this pure little miracle, the result of our sweaty night of just raw #blessed.
Then came Simon Brodkin, known for humiliating public figures to their faces. His summary of the Sussexes Netflix series was a single sneer. I wasn't a fan before, now I hate them. It was dismissive, harsh, and it worked because it echoed what so many viewers already felt. But the British comedians didn't stop at words. They had spitting image.
Hey, it's the husband formerly known as Prince. Any luck getting a job?
Oh, they had me driving for Uber Eats, but there were too many damn rules. Don't touch the food. Don't taste the food. Drive on the road.
I'm sorry, Rowdy Weddy.
The only weird thing in the wedding for me was they had a black pasta, right? African pasta, and this was like, it was weird in a good way. He started giving a sermon, and he started talking about Martin Luther King, and then he started talking about slavery.
If you've never seen Spitting Image, imagine caricatures so grotesque they say the things humans wouldn't dare. Meghan's puppet was a smirking, fame-obsessed schemer. Harry's puppet was a clueless man-child constantly needing help from a butler to perform the simplest task.
Meghan, this new Netflix show I'm producing for you is gonna be huge. Tell Eldon all about it.
It's about a beautiful young swan, but no one treats her like the beautiful swan she is until season 2, when everyone apologizes to her.
Prince Andrew's over here having sleepovers at Jeffrey Epstein's house, and the British press is like, Meghan Markle ordered guacamole!
Their Netflix deal was mocked as a cash grab. Their speeches about struggle were lampooned with skits of private jets and champagne. It was savage, it was absurd, but it was also devastatingly accurate. For viewers, the puppets captured something no PR spin could erase, that Meghan and Harry's post-royal lives weren't struggles, they were contradictions, and contradictions are comedy gold.
So Pads, tell me, everyone knows you're the bear who likes to shower. What's the secret to your eternal personal glow?
Well, Harry, I'm glad you asked me that. As you know, I'm a huge fan of South American product.
Is it Colombian?
No, 100% Peruvian, biodynamic, organic, catastrophic,
Yes, I've tried it, and the results were incredible.
Oh, it's huge, Trevor. We haven't been this excited since Piers Morgan left for America.
And then came Jimmy Carr. If Trevor Noah fired the first shot, Carr was the nuclear option. Known for pushing boundaries, Carr took the stage with the kind of confidence that said he knew exactly how close to the bone he was about to cut. And he did it anyway. His punchline mocked Meghan's claims of victimhood, pointing out the irony of marrying into unimaginable privilege while claiming oppression.
I said Meghan Markle is, of course, a lifelong feminist, which she's demonstrated by marrying a prince and giving up her job. The card he's playing is, I'm a victim, and you go, no, you're not a fucking victim.
Meghan Markle is American, she's divorced, and she's black. This is not the traditional recipe for a princess.
The audience roared, then froze. Some laughed nervously, others looked shocked. But once the clip hit the internet, it exploded. Critics called it reckless. Supporters defended it as dark comedy. The backlash made it bigger. Suddenly, this wasn't just another joke. It was the defining too far moment of the entire roast era. Meghan and Harry weren't just mocked, they were cemented as cultural contradictions.
I said H was H, H was after H husband, H is and H called me with H and H was out and with H.
They say meet the in-laws, the very unroyal Markle family. When they say unroyal, they really mean unwhite.
And that's when the real storm hit, the internet. TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, suddenly every clip, every pause, every awkward smile was repurposed into content. Meghan correcting Mindy Kaling on her name in her Netflix series became a looping meme.
My name is Meghan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy Kaling.
The Queen is married to her own cousin.
Cooking videos turned into parodies of her budget living while sipping champagne. Even her lifestyle tips, like cutting pineapple, were mocked as millionaire nonsense disguised as wisdom.
Trick that people do with pineapple, instead of just cutting it to make the perfect little bite, you follow the wedge. When nature has given you all the cues on how to have a perfect taste of something.
Oh, how fun is that? I love it.
I like working hard.
This woman is being paid millions of dollars to show how to cut into a pineapple.
Prince Harry and wife Meghan Markle say they're stepping away as senior members of the royal family. They announced it on Instagram.
Fan-made music videos auto-tuned her interviews into dance tracks titled Royal Reality Check. Meme accounts plastered her face onto every contradiction. And here's the difference. Comedians eventually move on. The internet doesn't. It loops forever.
Listen, I brought Meghan Markle, whatever her name is, to my Deal or No Deal celebrity golf tournament. She was one of my Deal or No Deal girls that were, she was a caddy for all of my celebrities.
How do you feel about it?
What?
It was amazing.
Split their time between the UK and North America, and they will work to become financially independent.
Why did this spiral last so long? Because the target wasn't just Meghan and Harry as individuals. It was the mismatch between what they preached and how they lived. They begged for privacy, then sold documentaries. They positioned themselves as victims, then flaunted mansions in celebrity circles. Every heartfelt statement about struggle was undercut by another lucrative deal. And once an audience spots hypocrisy, every move becomes fuel for satire. Comedy thrives on contradiction, and Meghan and Harry provided endless contradiction. That's why the roast never stopped. It wasn't about one scandal. It was about a brand built on a story the public simply didn't buy. Trevor Noah may have fired the first shot, but what followed was a cultural ambush that neither Harry nor Meghan could escape. American comedians mocked them as out-of-touch celebrities. British satirists turned them into national sport. Puppet shows tore down their carefully curated image, and the internet made sure it would never die. Because here's the truth. Once you become a running joke, every new project risks becoming another punchline. Every speech, every book, every interview can be clipped, looped, and ridiculed. They left the palace chasing freedom. Instead, they became permanent fixtures in a comedy cycle they can't control. So the question lingers, can you ever reclaim your story once the world decides it's funnier without you?